Roller coasters. How would your life be right now without them? Sounds pretty fearful. There's easily over 100 different types of roller coasters as we know today, but which coaster type is the best one? Hypers, multi-launch coasters, or what about the hybrid coaster? Let's not kid ourselves here, because the world's best coaster type has to be the Zamperla Velair Flying Coaster. I mean, who doesn't enjoy this smooth, airtime-filled coaster? Yeah, let's forget that ride. This coaster type that you're about to find out can do what no other coasters can do. And you might not know this, but there's a new coaster coming in 2023 that could become the best roller coaster in the world, and more on that in a few minutes. I'm going to share with you the reasons why the Intamin LSM launch coaster, formerly the Blitz coaster, is not only the most action-packed roller coaster model on the market today, but will also hold that crown until the RMC T-Rex comes out to play. And later in the video, I'm going to share my predictions with you regarding the future of the Intamin LSM coaster and why the future has never looked so bright for Intamin and this coaster type. Intamin has built these types of coasters all across the world, and to help you understand why this coaster type is the best one out there and what all these screen machines are capable of doing, we need to take a look at some of the best ones to date. With the first one still being the best one yet to some people, and that would be Maverick, located at Cedar Point. This coaster, ironically, was the 500th coaster designed by the legendary Werner Stengel and features a LSM lift hill launch and the famous tunnel launch. Intamin and Cedar Point really created something special with Maverick because this coaster is just about as perfect as they come, and still to this day is a top 10 roller coaster to many. Velocicoaster, one of Intamin's newest LSM coasters, is truly a top 5 ride in every category imaginable. Standing 155 feet over the Islands of Adventure Lagoon, this attraction has been a grand slam for Universal. But most importantly, Velocicoaster has been very reliable. Something that we really can't say often about past Intamin coasters. You might not know much about this particular LSM coaster, but this is Soaring with Dragon, a massive ride over in China that offers a 196-foot tall vertical spike. And if you're a huge fan of Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, then you know Soaring with Dragon will be a coaster that's totally worth your time. Due to its oversized elements, airtime moments, and the 187-foot tall non-inverting loop, if more coaster enthusiasts were able to ride Soaring with Dragon, I guarantee you this, that we would see this ride consistently placed higher in coaster rankings. Shockingly enough, Soaring with Dragon isn't the tallest Intamin LSM coaster, because that title belongs to Red Force, located at Ferrariland at Port Aventura Resort in Spain. You are looking at the tallest roller coaster in the world that is not located on US soil. Basically, a baby King Dakar with much better trains and a more reliable launch. Thrill seekers in Finland have been enjoying Linnanmäki's Tyga, which might offer the most intriguing layout for any LSM coaster built to date. In my opinion, of course, but mainly due to the coaster being built along the side of a hill and having some wild looking inversions, transitions, and those gorgeous looking trains. So what do these coasters all have in common? And that would be pure insanity. Now you're probably wondering just how an Intamin LSM coaster can be better than an RMC Hybrid or a B&M Hyper or even a B&M Giga. And don't get me wrong, because I love all those coaster types, but they clearly just can't do what an Intamin LSM coaster can, especially since they don't offer the whole launch factor. The one thing that I don't think it's talked about enough when it comes to the Intamin LSM coaster is how out of control the coaster actually feels, especially when you're riding in the back row. Now obviously, a ride like Cheetah Hunt at Busch Gardens Tampa is more family focused, but when you experience rides like Ice Speed, Pantheon, and Velocicoaster, you are really left with no sense of direction, which way is up or which way is down, and basically just hanging on for an adrenaline-filled ride. Intamin was able to create a coaster that can achieve all of those wild adrenaline-thrilled sensations and yet still add in some of the best pops of airtime ever created. For example, Maverick's airtime hill. By far, in my opinion, the best airtime moment on any steel coaster that I've been on. And yes, even better than its neighbor, Steel Vengeance. Who knows? Maybe I'm the only one who thinks this. Some Intamin LSM coasters offer a more laid out layout, but the good news is that you're still going to find all the usual Intamin sexiness compiled into the layout. Like the new Light of Revenge that just opened at Happy Valley. Basically, Intamin took Cheetah Hunt and remastered it into a better overall coaster. And some Intamin LSM coasters offer more of a compact layout. For example, Terran. Germany's Phantasialand opened this masterpiece in 2016. And the ride features 2 launches, 4,330 feet of track, and speeds of almost 73 miles an hour. But the most fascinating thing about Terran is the placement of this coaster, because the space the park used is only 400 feet long by 277 feet. To put in perspective of just how compact Intamin designed Terran, Goliath, the hypercoaster at Six Flags Over Georgia, is only about 100 feet longer than Terran. The Intamin LSM coasters can also focus more on inversions. Linnemaki's Tyga and Islands of Adventure's Velocicoaster both feature 4 inversions, which would be a tie for the most an Intamin LSM coaster offers at the time of this video. So whether you love airtime, inversions, intense transitions, speed, and height, the Intamin LSM coaster can deliver on all of that. Another huge benefit of what makes these coasters so unique is the fact that they usually offer shorter trains, therefore allowing the design of the ride's layout to offer quicker transitions, which leads to more intense elements. Again, especially if you're riding in the very back row. While I love Mako's floating airtime or feeling like I'm going to fly out on Steel Vengeance, these coaster types can't achieve what these Intamin coasters can. So that is why the Intamin LSM, formerly the Blitz coaster, is the best coaster type that has ever been built. Now that we know what Intamin has done with this model so far, what does the future look like for this coaster type? Well, for that, let's swing over to Park Asterix and take a look at Tourist, and I probably butchered that name, but this is a new LSM coaster that is opening at the France theme park in 2023. Could this become the best coaster ever created? Judging by the layout and the stats, I think this ride has an excellent chance at that. The coaster offers 4 launches, RMC-like elements all over the place, 3 inversions, and 23 different airtime moments. Just an insane all-around coaster layout from start to finish. Park Asterix, job well done. People, including myself, will be traveling all around the world to your beautiful park to come take a ride on this. And I need to know who's going to be joining me. Let me know in the comments. Between this, Pantheon, and Velocicoaster, Intamin really has something special going on here. And I think we will see the company evolve this coaster type even more in the future to include never before seen elements with more airtime, inversions, and insane transitions. But that's not the main reason why the future is so bright for the Intamin LSM coaster. Because with the newer ones, reliability needs to be talked about a lot more. Intamin has really found its place in terms of reliability, and now that these coasters aren't suffering from a ton of downtime, watch out, because nothing can stop Intamin from doing what it does best. Unless you're a 525 foot tall LSM coaster that's tentatively scheduled to open in a few years at Six Flags Qiddiya, which for the record, I do not see this coaster getting built to this scale. I've been on close to 400 different roller coasters, and I have to say that the Intamin LSM is not only the best coaster type in the industry, but also my favorite coaster type. What type of elements do you want to see the Intamin LSM coaster do next? I would love to hear your thoughts, so be sure to let me know in the comments. Also, what is your favorite coaster type? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. That is the best thing you can do to help the channel, and I really do appreciate each like. As always, thank you so much for watching, and remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.